What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. I am AJ Gales. I'm playing XCOM 2 right now. Picking up literally where we left off in the last video, clearing this debris.
To clear out these rooms, first we'll need to assign an engineer to the task. Once we start getting into the far reaches of the ship, it's going to take more time and manpower to make space for new facilities. Looks good to me. Just give the word and we'll get started, Commander. Excavation is underway, Commander, but it's going to take some time to get all that stuff cleared out.
Commander, we have a secure transmission coming through. Source unknown. Patching it through to your quarters.
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration, with one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the resistance from the inside. It was these resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
I hope we find out who the hell that guy is.
Looks like we better get started, Commander. I'll be on the bridge when you're ready.
Sorry, before I go any further, I just want to, bring up some points. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You can leave me a comment. You can find me on social media, my website down in the description below. I think that's everything. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this a little more action-oriented. I know, it's the tutorial, so it's a little boring.
Commander, our current position is here, just outside Resistance headquarters. When we're not on the move, this will serve as our home and our source of supplies. The Councilman has tracked the alien black site to this region. Unfortunately, we don't have its exact coordinates yet. If we're going to have any chance of finding this facility, we'll need to make contact with the local resistance cell nearby. Tygan has a theory about how we might reach out to them without getting the aliens' attention, but we'll need to give him time to conduct his research. We shouldn't wait too long on that, Commander. We have to start making contact with other regions soon if we're going to build a global resistance and take on Advent.
New objective added.
Alright, research, fly back to the black site region. Research, resistance communications, make contact. Okay.
Looks like you won't have time for that just yet, though. Remote reconnaissance may have found something not far from our current position.
Resource cache. Supplies are basically the form of
Avenger
currency.
plotting new course.
Right there. Let's see here.
Commander, while we're waiting for new missions or the completion of our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans of the surrounding area.
The long and short of how, this map works, I can't, really zoom around. I'll talk about that later. Also, I'm trying a new setup on my desk, where my microphone's placed and all that. So, if it's hard to hear me, please leave me a comment, and I'll change it again, or back to what it was before. It sounds either really loud, or to me it felt like I was underwater, when I was listening back to the recordings. So, it seems like we can only scan here.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Assign new research. Commander, Advent modular weapons have allowed us to reverse engineer their systems for our own use. Any weapon upgrades found in the field can now be attached directly to our soldiers' weapons to provide tactical bonuses. Let's see here. I'm supposed to research resistance communications.
I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
Yeah, this is basically the new geoscope, I think it's called, or I believe that's what it was called. Covered 30 supplies. Carry on.
Strategic resource located.
You can go ahead and read that if you want.
Setting course for the Western U.S. precinct.
Basically here we scan at home and we gain intel for intel's used for unlocking new territories. I'm sure the game will go over that at some point in time. I'm gonna look back into the base.
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander, but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
Can I build a facility already? Alright. Let's see here. Laboratory or workshop. I think I'm going to go with the Guerrilla Training School.
Guerrilla Tactics School can
Or
Start work
Guerrilla
on the new
Tactics,
facility
that's what
right
it
away,
is.
Commander. I'll send word when it's up and running.
There we go. Basically, you can staff engineers at buildings to make them complete faster. You can also do that once they're built to give you certain bonuses. Let's see. Oh, we're still waiting on resistance comms.
Although we have allies scattered in cities throughout the globe who are willing to share their knowledge of Advent's operations, the aliens are actively pursuing them. It will be up to you to ensure the safety of our operatives, Commander. Good luck.
I hope we find out who the hell that guy is. Resistance Council. Ooh, a VIP and a scientist. 105 intel. Oh, that seems like a good mission. Let's do this. Doctor. For the squad. Okay, so I got 2 rookies. Squatty. Do I have any other... Nope, I don't have frags. I'll keep her with the... So she's going to use the med kit. I am going to put an SMG. That way she has the more mobility, so she can... also, it's good with that hacking thing. I don't know. I just think her with the SMG is probably a good idea. And I'll keep them with assault rifles. Well, if I'm not actually... I'll bring 2 SMGs out. That way I'll have some more close range and more maneuverability. That's good. Personally, I like the SMG. I don't know. I think some people wouldn't use it because it causes less damage, has less ammo. I personally like it because it has, gives the more mobility. I don't know.
In position for deployment.
I think it's worth it. It's an interesting mod. You know, that's not part of the base game. That was a mod done by Longmore Studios. I think it's a neat addition. Add some more depth to your decisions.
Recon picked up a weak distress signal coming from this area. The Resistance confirmed it's one of their codes, so we're moving in to provide an emergency extraction. We'll need to secure the area and escort the VIP to the evac point. Stay alert for hostile contacts.
Advent Patrol Ward, Seattle, Operation Golden Mountain. That hair is still... I said this last video, that's gonna bug me. just get that the waiting's killing me. Alright, let's see if we can get through this without anybody getting hurt.
Menace 1-5, target coordinates incoming. Secure the VIP and proceed to the evac volume for extraction.
Alright.
I have research experience. I can help
Advent
you.
already knows we're here, so your position isn't concealed for the extraction.
Heading there now.
Let's see what's over in this way.
Bien compris.
Okay, so basically now I have 12 turns to extract all the units that are out in the field.
Got it covered.
I know that's probably a bad position to put him in. It's just, you know, with
Get
I
it
know.
done.
With these, I'm gonna try and move them as far as I can before, you know, we have contact.
Headed there now. Come get some.
I'm gonna Overwatch.
Heading out. Scanning.
Yeah.
Stepping off.
Still nothing. Dash him right up next to those guys. Finally,
Ok, je me dirige vers la cible.
I'm on this side.
Scan en cours.
I'm always so anxious before we
movement here.
have contact with the aliens.
Moving to position. Advent forces on the ground.
Done. Yeah, of course.
Not even close. Bien compris, j'y vais. Je leur jette une grenade.
Did some damage, blew his cover.
Orders confirmed, on the move.
Got the hit at least. Move him up. Drop his head.
Moving to designated position.
I'm gonna Overwatch, so they have to be careful where they're gonna move. Or, so they're gonna have to watch that. Or not. Oh, that wasn't even close. Now I'm regretting that decision. I feel like I should have shot.
Focus.
No. Please, no.
Thank you, body armor.
Oh, this is armor blocked some of the damage. That shot would have originally been 3 if it wasn't for that armor point that I have. Alright, what's next? Still panicked.
Heading there now.
There.
Heads down.
J'y vais tout de suite.
Move up. You are.
J'ai tiré dans le vide.
I'll move him before I hunker down.
Frag out.
There we go.
They've been destroyed.
Menace 1-5, be advised, hostile interceptors are inbound on your current position. Firebrand has a limited window to provide extraction.
Advent forces sighted.
I want to move somewhere that I have a shot, but I can still be in cover. That doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Je rejoins la position.
Taking a risk. I probably take way too many of those. Come on, hit. Oh, you want only 3 damage. You're kidding me.
Moving on target location.
Two, 6, 7. God damn it.
Shot wide. Going to need to reload soon.
Him up. Keep his head down.
Heading there now.
My heavy up. That's the best I can do from this position. Oh, and he hit too. That's not bad. At least he did some damage. Oh, he overwatched. Goodbye. That. Oh, he survived.
Évacuation. Demandons évacuation.
Of course, he panics. Oh no! Damn it! I just don't have to worry about that anymore.
Rolling.
Put me up full cover.
I've got eyes on an advent position.
Great. That's what I need. Finish off
Enemies down.
him.
Draining ammo fast.
Okay.
Alright.
Kill confirmed. Need a to resupply.
See, I like these things where it shows the soldiers that you're using. It shows them. No, that's a neat detail. Still got plenty of time. Not worth shooting, wasting the bullets. This way I can move and shoot on the next turn. See what they're gonna do. Gonna cause panic in somebody. Oh, nope, I'm gonna raise the dead. So what the trooper's gonna do? Overwatch. Trying to think here exactly how I want to play this. He's totally out, so he needs... I need to reload with him no matter what.
Ready to go.
34, of course, a 26. First I need to get rid of that Overwatch. And the kill.
Enemy destroyed.
Got to reload.
Negative. Weapons drive.
Alright. 26%. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna take care. I want to take care of the more immediate threat. Moving forward.
Good copy. Moving on target.
And you asked me, the more immediate threat was the zombie.
Hostile neutralized.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna guess he's caught. Yep, panic.
What's happening? No, this isn't right. This isn't right.
Didn't like what he did, but could have been worse.
Throw a grenade.
Launch grenade. I'm sorry, it wouldn't. I don't know. It wouldn't let me shoot the grenade. Blew his cover. I'm gonna hold off just a moment. Gonna reload.
I'm ready.
Down he goes.
Enemy down. What do we got here?
Him up. Him. His head.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Pick up the loot. Lyrium core.
I'm sure the docs will want to see this. Roger that.
Move up here.
Moving out.
I should be able to extract everyone in the next turn or so.
Got it covered.
It's kind of weird you have to pick that spot on the stairs.
Menace 1-5, hostile interceptors are on high-speed approach. Your window for extraction is closing.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Evac zone.
That's affirmative.
I'm just making sure I can get everybody to the evac.
Good to go.
I got it. Still makes me sad that I lost that soldier, but...
Ready to
evac.
move.
Evac.
Out of here.
Why can't I... I've seen people, like, do that really quickly.
VIP
Must have that
and in
hotkey.
position for evac.
This is Firebrand. VIP is secure.
Evac confirmed.
And it's done.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Wasn't bad. Yeah, not my best mission. Lyrium cores are valuable loot items as they... Okay. I'm not sure if I've talked about the Lyrium cores yet. They're used for a specific building that I'll talk about once we get the facility. I really like this screen, this, you know, it shows who dealt the most damage, the most attacks, all that stuff. And bam. Gravely wounded my butt. That makes me sad. Oh, cool. Okay. Promotion for her. He's hurt, but got the grenade. All right. Let's see. Medical protocol. Gremlin heal. Stabilize. Basically, you can use them as like combat medics or hackers. Combat protocol is a useful skill if you want to get rid of overwatches, so I'll take that one for now. There's our VIP.
Hello, Commander.
Thank you, cool guy with the deep
Thank
voice.
you for sending additional
Scary.
support staff to assist me, Commander. I will make sure they are put to good use.
Alright. Supply drop in 8 days. Communications done in 2. So all we can do is go back out to the map and see what's going on.
Avenger
investigate and
plotting
get
new course.
new soldiers. Need those.
I do not think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing.
Okay, first. So, okay. You want to read that? I'd read it if it was shorter, but it's not. Alright. The Resistance comms facility, material, Resistance radio, magnetic weapons. 19 days. 2. Okay, that's not a bad thing to have because it gives you like an underweave for our armor, but I'll keep going with
the Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
That's just gross.
The Resistance is slightly more organized than I had imagined based on the rumors, but it still sounds like they'll be relying heavily on us to handle both strategic and tactical engagements with the aliens. Hopefully their network of contacts will, at the very least, provide us with valuable insights into Advent movements and positioning.
Out here.
Tygan just sent word. The new Resistance communications network is fully operational. Now we just have to spread the word.
Communications system online, can make New Mexico and the eastern U.S.
Now that we've established a link, we can use our intel resources to make contact with the local Resistance cell in this region. Aside from getting us into the black site, our access to supplies should improve now that we've expanded our reach.
Something that's really kind of cool about this, or about this game, is the fact that, basically it always drops you in a different place, each game. So you wouldn't always start up here in the Western U.S. Sometimes you'd start in Asia or in Africa or some. You always start in a different place, and this time continent bonuses are different.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the Commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the Commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness.
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
New objective added.
Okay. So construct the proving grounds. We have the Skulljack and Advent officer. Okay.
We're making progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
Again, you can pause and read this if you'd like.
A means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this skulljack that Tygan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Alright, resistance radio, magnetic. I'm gonna research hybrid materials. That's just something that could really be used.
I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
Hello, Commander.
Let's see what kind of items. Flashbangs are really cool, and smokes. Kind of some of the neat stuff in this game, you know, it's like when once we get like better weapons, you know, like magnetic weapons, gives us, you know, better assault rifles and shotguns and whatnot. You only have to buy it once in this game, and then all of your soldiers will be equipped with the upgraded weapon, as opposed to the last one where you had to buy one for each individual unit. These still, it's individual, but it's, I don't know, it's a little easier to deal with.
I think Dad would have been proud of what we're doing here. For the first time in a long time, we're actually a threat to the aliens, and they know it. Now we just have to make all those people in the colonies remember what we're fighting for. My father didn't die so we could become a race of cowering test subjects for the aliens to toy with. We just have to get the people's attention.
We've done what we can to honor our fallen soldiers, Commander. It's not much, but it gives our people a chance to pay their respects.
Alright, I remember these two. That was the first tutorial mission. That was the one that we just lost. I remember losing him, trying to get the power core, and that one was my fault. I'm still beating myself up over that one. It's not. Alright, let's see here. Alright, there we go. Finish up. Content.
Setting course for Western United States.
Alright, we got rookies. And let's make contact.
After we pay the initial intel cost to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region.
So basically this is what this is, you know, it costs 40 intel to make contact with this area. The basic idea is Resistance HQ, you know, has like a radio tower, so that, you know, one space is 40. It's just like making contact with New Mexico will be 40. But once we make contact with this, new areas through this string right here will become available to make contact, and that's when it will cost, you know, it'll be basically 40 intel times the link distance to the nearest radio relay. So it'll be here, back to the eastern, and then back to command, so it'd be 80. Unless there's something else we can do, making radio towers that will shorten the distance. So it's I don't know, it's a new kind of strategy with the way the world works. As I've explained it, I think a lot of the systems in this game.
Using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some time to scan for their exact position, though.
I think this game,
Attempting to establish
a lot of the systems.
This research can only further our advances, Commander.
I think a lot of the systems lost depth. Like they're not as deep. But on the other hand, I believe that I don't think they're as deep, but at the same time, I think they're. I'm
knowing that my past surgical experience is limited. I am sure the crew appreciates that I hone my skills on fallen Advent forces before triaging our own wounded. To the uninitiated, the common Advent trooper is seemingly human. The aliens have disguised its most glaring divergence from the human form with a carefully designed helmet.
I think a lot of the systems, they didn't make as deep, yet there's more of them. So, you know, I think so that it makes it gives it a lot more variety. I don't know. It's an interesting way of doing it.
Guerrilla Tactics School now operational.
We'll go view the facility. This basically replaces the officer training school that was in the earlier edition. Basically, what we can do with this is we can take a rookie soldier and train them to a specific class. Like this, I'll take studying to become a squaddie. You have a specific class, but this will be there. I want sharpshooter, and she'll be in here training to become a sharpshooter now that I want that. So basically, it's always a good idea to have somebody in here training. You train soldiers with it. Station soldiers of sergeant rank. Okay, this is a new thing for a mod. It's a I'll talk about that once I get the upgrade. Alright. And this is the it's similar to, you know, it's a squad size, all these, you know, as you get more supplies, you can buy more special tactics that, you know, increase the squad size. You know, I'll talk about a lot of those once we get them. Research engineer. I'm trying to think. I should be able to station an engineer. Oh, because he. Okay, I got it. It's the engineer's already stationed. Right. But instead of that, I will. I thought you could station an engineer there. That's interesting. I'm sorry, I know I'm doing a lot of base stuff. I'm just trying to... Yeah, I'm trying to explain things as I go.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system...
signal coming from the Advent network tower. It's global. Sir, I think you want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved.
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
you've got incoming on approach.
Your signal's breaking up.
Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there!
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
That's gonna be that's a fun
Commander,
enemy to take out.
We have a squad ready to move on the Resistance Haven currently under siege by the aliens. Give the word and we'll move out.
Basically, these retaliation missions, they're the same as the terror missions. Well, basically, your goal is to save the civilians and whatnot. He's attacking one of our resources and the U.S. respond quickly, blah, blah, blah. Okay, confirm.
Setting course for Sector 9, Western United States.
Touchdown. like I said, guys, in this video, you know, I was doing a lot of explaining, so, you know, I'm sorry if it was a little slow paced. I'll try and kind of keep it picked up and keep in the game in the future. You know, I don't know, I'm very nitpicky with how I do things sometimes. So, you know, I'm gonna leave you guys here. We'll do this retaliation mission. That's what it's called in this one. When we come back. So, guys, like I said, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, find me on social media down in the description below. Guys, I'm AJ Gels, and this is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out.